परमेश्वरलाई धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। आज यो सुन्दर अवसर मिलेको छ लाको यो ऐतिहासिक दरबार प्यालेस दरबार हेर्नु पाएको अनि यो निर्माण गर्नुहुने परमेश्वरको छोराछोरीहरूको सहायता आज यसरी यो रमणीय दृश्य हेर्ने मौका पाएँ। धेरै मानिसहरू यो दरबार हेर्न आउँदो रहेछन्। आज यसो हेर्छु बाहिरबाट कस्तो तातो भिड छ, मौसमले पनि साथ दिएको छ र धेरै खुसी लागेको छ र यसको फ्यामिली जस्तै एउटा रानी भिक्टोरिया अस्ति भर्खरै उहाँको फनेरल सर्भिस गर्दाखेरि पनि यहाँ ल्याइएको मैले टेलिभिजनमा हेरेको थिएँ। अब त्यो ठाउँमा आउनु पाउँदा धेरै खुसी लागेको छ। दरबारको तल्लो साइडमा चाहिँ पोखरी पनि छ, धेरै र यो तल्लोपट्टिको दृश्यबाट सबैलाई होल क्याप्चर गर्न सकिँदो रहेछ। बडो आनन्द र खुसी लाग्यो आज यसरी यो दरबार बकिङहम प्यालेसको तल्लो भेगबाट पनि रमणीय दृश्यहरू हेर्दा यहाँबाट पूर्ण रूपमा सबै गार्डनहरू हामी देख्न सक्छौँ। गार्डन सँगसँगै धेरै मानिसहरू ओहोरदोहोर गरिरहेको अघि मैले माथिल्लो भेगबाट माथिल्लो साइडबाट हेरेको छु। अहिले तल्लो साइडबाट चाहिँ सम्पूर्ण रूपमा दृश्यलाई क्याप्चर गर्न सकिँदो रहेछ। मोबाइलबाट पनि हेरेर पनि कस्तो लाग्यो।
By women, the only bridge in London that was finished on time under budget. And it's also been built using a self-cleaning stone. Look underneath, it's dirty up compared to the face. Every time it rains in London, the bridge gets a clean. Obviously underneath, where the rain doesn't have any effect, it stays a lot dirtier. Buckingham Palace, St Paul's Cathedral, and they're all built using the same stone. Very expensive, uninteresting self-cleaning stone. There's a building to your right that's been built using a less expensive stone. This is called concrete to the right. That's the Royal National Theatre, that concrete building. That building gets voted every single year to be the ugliest building in London. Alright, I know it's not very to look at, it looks more like a car park, and that's the Royal National Theatre. And at the moment, we're travelling down the river in the outgoing tide. The tide is dropping, right? What we call an ebb tide. The tide leaves London for 7 hours, all right? You can hear the engines aren't doing much work at all. This is the tide pushing the boat along. A lot of these modern buildings, in the sort of roof area, they've got lovely bars and restaurants. A lot of the modern buildings, they have strange nicknames. All right, you've got the walkie-talkie, the scalpel, the cheese grater, the gherkin, can of ham, and that's all of the nicknames to the modern London area, the new buildings. If you look to the left, the building with the green sloping roof, that's the old City of London School for Boys. Many past and politicians have attended. Winston Churchill, he went to that school. He wasn't there for long, but he went there for a couple of terms, all going on to Harrow. The apartments, most of them being sold off, and this was a couple of years back now. The cheapest apartment in there at the bottom, that's sold for 2 million. The more expensive apartments are higher up. You pay for the view and you pay closer to 30 million pounds. My apartment is right in the middle. I'll get up in one day. The Blackfriars Road Bridge now, the lowest on our cruise. You can see there's just a little bit of clearance, so the tide is dropping. If we were here an hour ago, we wouldn't have fit through this arch. The tide is dropping as we speak. This bridge was opened in 1869. And then you've got the redeveloped Blackfriars Railway. You can see the train station on top. This was all constructed for the 2012 up until the 1960s. That was a skyscraper, the tallest building in London for many years. Now, Sir Christopher Wren, the architect, he lived to your right. Now, as we clear this bridge, look to your right, you'll see a tall white building. It has a red front door, and that's where Sir Christopher Wren lived to oversee the construction of St. Paul's Cathedral. Around 35 years he lived to the right. And you can see now, if you stay to the right, the next building along, the circular 400 years old, said to have been used by William Shakespeare. He used that hub as a changing room before performing at the original Globe Theatre. Over 1,000 feet high. The building, it is finished. Right, a lot of people ask us why it's not finished at the top. Right, it was designed to look like a broken piece of glass into the bridge. A nice picture or a video as you go by, London Bridge in the stonework. This one was opened in 1973. There's been a river crossing here for over 2,000 years. There's good reason to build a bridge here. This is a very shallow part of the river. From the North Sea, as you come up the river, this is the first part where it gets very, very shallow on a low tide. Big sailing ships, they wouldn't have been able to come up past London Bridge, so hence building the bridge at this point. Actually, look to the left. Between the buildings, you can see a church, St. Magnus the Martyr. That stands on the original approach road to the first ever London Bridge. You've got the warship coming up as well, the HMS Belfast. She was built in Belfast, built in the same shipyard as the Titanic. She saw action through the Second World War, last fired her guns in the 1950s. She came into London in the 70s. She's been stationed on her anchor chains ever since. A floating extension to the Imperial War Museum. She's also used as a cruise ship terminal. Very impressive actually. You see the cruise ships, they come through Tower Bridge, they tie up to the warship and they stay here for a few nights. Coming up to cruise ship season now, usually we have about 30 cruise ships visit London over the summer. We get the odd warship as well from countries visiting. It's a bit late in the day now, see there's not anybody walking around, but you can go on board. Now, our stop is to the left. That's Tower Pier. We just slowed the boat down. There's a bit of river traffic. There's a few boats alongside the pier. So what we like to do, instead of just sitting outside the pier waiting for our berth, we'll take you a little bit further down the river. All right, we'll take you on a little bit of an extended tour, and we'll try and get you a good view of Tower Bridge.